All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live trading session. I am Dave, your host, and we're going to get into these charts. I should be joined by Jane in about an hour. Actually, no, in about an hour at around 10 a.m. So, looking forward to seeing her since she's been out for a couple days. Caesar's traveling, so he's not going to be with me today. And you guys know Alejandro does not join us on Tuesday. So we are intimate today. Grab a candle or I don't know, a wine glass or something. It's just you and me. It's just you and me. So we're gonna do this together today, and we'll see what we could get into. Let me post a quick announcement in our Discord, letting everybody know that we are live. Just bear with me 1 second. We were in the Discord pre-market session, talking to the traders. We do this every morning before the trading session. So we'll see what we can get into today. Massive sell-off yesterday. This was pretty insane. So I hope everybody was able to catch something. I caught a little bit, and then I caught most of it later in the afternoon, and I'll show you kind of the setup I took yesterday, and then we'll see what you guys did. All right, give me just 1 second. Let me set up this this announcement here on Discord, and then we'll get into these charts. By the way, guys, if you haven't liked the live, please go ahead and like it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because this helps us a lot. We do this for you. We showcase the good, the bad, and the ugly every day. So it helps us when you like and you subscribe. All right, I'm going to say hi to everyone. Welcome back. I got Usam in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning, my brother. We got Cowish in the house. How you doing? How you doing? We got Giovanni, who's back. Welcome. Good to see you. We got Mind the Lens in the house. How you doing? How are you doing? Okay, let's see what Giovanni is talking about here. He's saying, hi, since the Asian session, I've been short gold, long dollar, expecting CB confidence at 4 p.m. A bit of a forecast, dollar push higher. My take. All right, I got to gather my thoughts here before I answer your question. Just give me 1 second. You said you've been shorting gold and you're long the dollar. All right, awesome. We're going to look at everything right now. Give me just 1 second here. I am multitasking. One second. I think I need some music. Let's see if I could get some music. We got Lavin in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you again. All right, let's see if I could get that music going. Just gonna put some it's gonna put something chill here. All right, we're good. Mylan's asking another question, saying, is there any way we could test Black Arrow? Yes, there is a way, actually. We had a link for that. Let me see if I could get you that link really quickly. And for you to be able to test it, I think they had a 15-day trial. There you go. Okay, so I got the link right now. I'm gonna post it in the chat. I just posted it. Let me know if you see it. If not, let me post it again on YouTube. Let me switch to the live. Okay, wait. I think the link. Let me try to find a shorter link because it's too long and it's not working. I need a shorter link. There we go. What's that thing to shorten the links? Shorten URL. Let me see if I can get something really quickly here. All right, I got a short link for you guys. Now you can go and there you go. I posted a link there on the chat, and you could use that to go and get your free trial of Black Arrow. So that should work for you. This way you could test out the platform before you get an account. Now, if you get an account, you should get a demo. It's usually red. Wait, let me switch to the other one, the Ultra. Usually it looks like this. It's called Simulator, and it's red. So you should get one when you get your account and you're able to trade with that. All right. So let's look quickly at the other question that we just received. Let me look at the DXY. Let me look at it on a daily time frame. Okay, dollar holding steady here, pushing a little bit higher. Strong, a bit of a strong dollar here. Let me compare it to gold futures. Let's just look at it on a 4-hour chart, pushing lower, trying to hold. So we are topping a little bit here. I don't know how much follow through we will see. 101.5. Okay. 1 second. All right. I don't have the. You said you're short gold, by the way, Giovanni. You said you're short gold since. Let me look at the question again. Since the Asian session, you've been short gold, long dollar, expecting CB confidence at 4 p.m., a bit above forecast. Okay. Definitely great to be short gold. We were looking at this a little bit pre-market. Let's look at the gold setup. Now, how long is this short going to be able to continue? We'll see. I have a base here at around the 4,000s. We are close to that level. I don't know where you shorted exactly, but I think you are in a great position. So we had a couple of opportunities yesterday here and here. Pre-market, when we were doing the pre-market session, we talked about how a retest of this area, people like to call it fair value gaps. I just look at, it looked like a fair price when we compare it to VWAP, with the average price that was being paid with the volume weighted in. These were pretty good entries. I know some people took these shorts but got out once we closed this gap, right? But things continued much further lower, just like with the NQ. So, I think personally, longer term, my target on gold is 3700s, right? So daily, on the daily chart, I think just looking at the charts, not even considering any macro or any news or anything else, just looking at a technical chart, I think we can go and push lower to this area because, every time you're looking at a chart, it's good to look left. The first time we looked left was here. We saw that, okay, in this cluster here, the asset was bought and pushed higher. Then we found, up top. Then we pushed lower very sharply. Price printed down. Right here, we found another area, another cluster where we retracted from, right? What's happening here is we are right below this cluster. We're trading, we're tippy-toeing right below this cluster. So I think this base that we formed here are participants deciding, okay, we did push up here once, we went lower, we pushed up again here, we went lower. We tried a little bit to push up here, but we couldn't do it, didn't find the strength. And now we found a base here just around 4,000, which is a key number. Sorry, guys. $4,000 psychologically is a key number. So we've been trying to find a base here, but I think we need to continue to push lower. Why? Because between this huge cluster here, which is where we really exploded from, right? We had about it says 131 days of accumulation here. That's where we exploded up from, right? So I think we need to pull back, continue lower and hold above this cluster here. That's why I have my blue level. That's where I think we could go and revert back from, retest the upper ends of this down move, maybe pull back, and then gradually reform our uptrend. Of course, that's going to depend on a lot of factors. It's also going to depend on what the macro looks like, what the international situation looks like, how much fear there is in the market. Do people consider gold to be the safe haven where they want to put their money? So we'll see what happens there. But for now, I think your positioning is pretty good. The dollar strength makes sense with the rate expectations. I don't know if we're gonna get a hawkish surprise with what's his name? I forgot his name. But we're gonna wait for the print for confirmation. My question to you is, are you taking profits on the dollar move, or are you gonna hold through FOMC? Giovanni, let me know. What are you doing with your dollar position? When are you thinking of taking profits? All right. Kyle is saying Lux Algo. Oh, we had a 1v1. Nice. Good. Anyone else who could see a W on 30 minutes on MNQ? Giovanni saying, actually, dollar's pushing down. USDX will be a shock. We'll see. Oh, you're looking at 5 minutes. I'm looking at a higher time frame. Yeah, we're pretty near for a push lower on dollar, I think. You already took in profit. You open other position short. All right. No, I just wanted to know. Yeah, I'm ignoring you. Thank you, Sam, because that's a lot of comments. I can't keep up. But I just wanted to know what Giovanni had as targets. All right, so let's get into these charts. We just looked at gold. I'm going to zoom in a little bit since we were talking about gold and we just talked about that pre-market. I'm going to repeat what I said in the pre-market prep. Personally, me right now, and that's just intraday, not for longer term positions, we have a key area. We have the $4,000 number just right here, right? Let me put this in a yellow line so we can see it better. We have our key number right here. So we want to, again, as usual, I always have my bullish case, my bearish case, and my neutral case. Neutral case would be what? We open, the price does not move much. It oscillates sideways. and you can't really find some type of setups, you wait for 2 touches. So 2 touches up, 2 touches down, and we stay within a boundary, I wouldn't touch it. What I would like to see is looking left. If we look at this cluster, and this is, maybe I should go down to a 15-minute. If we look at this cluster, my bullish case would be, okay, we're able to push to explode higher, pull back, hold around this area or above this area, then I would probably target higher levels, right? On gold, it would probably look something more like, you know, a push higher, pull back, some type of liquidity grab or equal lows or a higher low, and then the push higher. Gold likes to accumulate until it takes off and it's already too late. So that would be my bullish case. My bearish case would be looking at this cluster around here. We had a previous cluster just around these $4,000 levels. And honestly, if you look at this price action before, we were really trying to decide what we wanted to do. So there was a lot of up and down movements between just under 4,000, so call it 3970, all the way to just above 4,000, which was 4,032 more or less. So there's about a 60 to 50% point range, 50 point range here from this to here, where we can't really decide what to do, right? So if you're going to target the lower end of the move, you want to be entering above 4,000. If you want to, yeah, and then if you want to take buys, then like Victor was mentioning, you want to be buying under 4,000, right? So honestly, we're kind of in the middle here. I don't think there's really long-term holds possible just yet. We might oscillate a bit around before we go and reach this floor right here. So like I said, bullish case, you push higher, hold, and then continue and maybe target this. Kind of unlikely for me. We'll see. The other position is you look at this cluster right here and see, okay, you know, if we go retest, we reject, same idea, we hold under VWAP just like yesterday, say VWAP gives us a line like that, then you short maybe the second higher low, targeting these $4,000 levels. That would be my idea for gold for today, but we'll see what it does. Unless it decides to do what it usually does during the US session, which is just go sideways. So maybe if you get a move like this, then there's nothing to do. If you get a move like this, then there's nothing to do. You know, this was pretty constructive. You had a pull back, another pull. So maybe you could find something here. I prefer directional moves. So if you're only getting sideways price action, I would stay away from it. This is not for me. I can't trade ranges well, but that's just me, right? So that's my take on gold. Let's take a quick look at the indices. There was a massive move. Oh man, it is taking off. There was a massive move on the YM. Honestly, I thought that the YM was going to continue to push lower because it didn't completely close the gap. It was showing more bullishness yesterday. I took a position short and got stopped out. Took a position short around here on the Asian session. Woke up this morning to see that I was completely stopped out. And not only did we have, did we reverse this down move, we've completely recovered from it. So that is an interesting hint that the Dow Jones is giving to us. Russell trying to recover as well. Let's look at the ES. ES has found somewhat of a base here, trying to recover. I like to look at the 50% area. So 50, we're right around it. So honestly, today I'm gonna wait for what the price does after the open. I'm not the best at trading the open. The Nasdaq, though, is responding to the chip sell-off. The Nasdaq is the weakest link of them all, right? So if we compare them, the Nasdaq is holding lower in comparison to everything else. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's look at the NQ. Oh, cool. My indicator got a signal. Well, I guess we're going to take a trade on one account. So I have a test account. I'm going to take this trade right now. We'll see if it works. I'm testing out this little indicator that I built. So when it does V1 like that, that means it's a trigger. It might completely put me out of the trade, but let's switch. Black arrow 1. Let's get the account going. 2 contracts. 2 to 1. Two-minute chart. So we're seeing a lot of rejection here above this. So probably not the most ideal trade, but I just want to test it out, honestly. So I'm going to put a buy stop just above here. And we're going to find out if it works or not. So that would be the buy stop. Don't follow me, guys. I'm just testing out this little indicator that I built the other day. And then TP1 would be 2170. How much points do we have here? 40, just about 50 points. Okay, so from this, we could say 50 points. All right, so TP1 is going to be 50 points higher. TP2 is going to be around here. So just want to test this thing out. So TP1, and this would probably happen very fast. So that would be in the 80s, 31, so 81. Just one contract, and then we'll find out what happens to the rest. We got Tinana in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see everybody. All right. So we're going to try this little indicator thing I got going on. This is going to be the first trade of the day. So we have a little cluster going on here right before the pre-market. It might fake us out. We'll see. But the idea is what? The idea is we have the cluster here going on a very short time frame. And if we can push up high very fast, then it should take us into the trade and at least get us that first CP. If it gets the first CP, stop goes to break even, and we see if we get the second one, which would be one cluster above, more or less. If that works, great. If not, then we'll find a new setup. But I've been wanting to see if this indicator works, how it behaves. So let me just put it up there. This way I can monitor it. And we'll see if we get an execution. So looking at the Nasdaq, we found lows. So we're in an interesting area, right? Let me just switch to Trading View right now. Let's get Trading View on this. Let's go on the NQ. Like we said, longer term, we're pushing lower. My target is around 26,800. But if we look here, and let's just look at this like clusters, right? Clusters of prices and how we reacted. We could get the volume profile going. We are right below the point of control. Oh, I think I got triggered. Oh no, I didn't get triggered. Why did I hear a bell? All right, Usam saying, Dave, I've been testing the range cluster heights and following these multiples does work most of the time. Thank you for explaining this last week. Awesome, awesome. I like it, man. Yeah, this is actually something I did not invent. It's something I learned from Steve Spencer, watching him every every weekend from S&B Capital. He uses that very much with stocks. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into it when you're using it with stocks. But he would take these awesome trades and just say, okay, I'm entering here. My stop is here. This is the cluster. And then I'm just targeting 1, 2, 3 standard deviations above. And I think when you get a good range and everything is clear and well-defined, you can totally take it, right? It's just, you need to get the direction right though. So for example, right now we're about to open, and shorting it would look better. Now, knowing how the Nasdaq reacts. So for example, the clusters going down would be this. Let me just put this, maybe we'll put them in orange so we can make the difference. So it'll be one cluster, 2 clusters, sometimes you get 3. It's just the logic, right? We've been right now oscillating on a very short time frame in about a 50-point range. So the algos and whoever is trading is going to take multiples of that. They're going to take 2 to 1. So you know, shorting here, risking the high where everybody's been shorting, and then looking to take your profit down there. That's one possibility. The reason I'm going long is just because I want to follow my little indicator. So I want to follow this to see if it actually works in the open market, right? Or if it's just giving me false signals. So let's go. We're about 2 minutes from the open. We'll see what happens on the Nasdaq. I at least want to see if can it just revert and take my first TP. I tried it earlier. You could see I'm down 155. It didn't work. It started working, but didn't continue. So I tried it at the Asian session. And it's for a very short time frame. So it's for like the 2-minute time frame. All right, let's see. But analyzing this longer term, what I want you to see is we have much bigger clusters. Let me go back to trading view. We'll go back to trading view in a few, and we'll analyze the NQ. This account is just to trade this strategy. It's a 25K account. I'm just testing things out there. And then if this doesn't work out, I'll switch to my other account so we could take the actual trades based on market behavior on trading view. On the other account. So let's see what happens here. We are open on the NQ. Let's see if it's going to trigger the transaction. I'm just curious. I'm a guy that likes to run experiments. I like to test things out. So we'll see what happens. You said you want to join our futures Discord. Definitely. The only way to join the futures Discord, though, is to get an account. And that's where you get the link at the bottom left of your dashboard. And you could join the Discord. So we'll see you then. It was open for a while, but we had to close it down. There's just too much flow and too much people who were not really interested in futures. So right now it is yeah, unfortunately, you know, I don't set the rules. I appreciate that you've been with the 5ers for 2 years. You should probably try. Go in your dashboard, see on the bottom left if you can get access to our Discord, or if you are on the CFD Discord, maybe talk to Abe. Ask him. He knows better than I do. All right. So if you took this short, you are in profits. You're looking good. You see how right now. Let's look at that reaction. It's a pretty interesting reaction, right? I bet this is exactly at the 50% of this. Man, look at this. This is why I love ranges. I love looking at ranges. Let's look at, let me turn this off. We don't need this. Let me turn VWAP off. We don't need this either. I don't need this line either. I was just looking at this pre-market. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. You see where we wicked? You see where we wicked here? It is exactly at half of this range. Crazy. That's why I love these ranges. We started reacting here. We're getting, so if you entered anywhere, whether you entered maybe here, you shorted here, remember, whether you were able to short that wick, maybe you shorted the upper end here. I mean, your first TPs here, you're getting those first 50 points more or less, depending on where. So if you shorted the bottom of the range, you're getting those first 50 points. If you shorted the top of the range, you're getting those 100 points. And then we'll see how we react here. But I bet that we're probably going to see a reaction around, and we're starting to see it around the bottom of this range here, right? We'll probably get a reaction, maybe a little bounce, and then a continuation lower. We'll see. It has not been 5 minutes yet, but if you were able to catch this and you caught it with size, basically your trading day is over. Oh, well, if you're a trade with Saqib, you definitely are you definitely have access to the community. Trade with Saqib was on the Futures Discord, so you should be there if you join early. So you're already in. Just join the Discord. Yeah, Usam, I like it. I like using these using the ranges. It's very interesting, right? It's just looking at price. You're saying wait for the first fair value gap. Well, I'm not going to take any trades right now. I wanted to see if we were going to gap up before we push lower. That has not been the case. So, I'm going to remove this order in a few. But me, I usually wait for the first 15 minutes. I need to wait to see, how the range develops, how things move, and then I take the trade. I take it either on the ES or the NQ. Let's take a quick look at the ES. ES pushing lower as well. Looking to go reconquer these levels. So we definitely want to see what happens around these areas, around these lows. Will we find support or will we continue to push lower? Overall, on the daily, we're looking bearish. I'm curious to see what if we just smash through these levels right here. Or do we start bouncing from there? Oh, okay. I think I remember you were from Pakistan. Yeah, it was open when you joined. Unfortunately, now it's closed. All right. And look forward to seeing you there. You said Lux Algo tracks the first 15 minutes open candle and prints multiples of the same height as targets. Just something you thought? Yeah, I mean, it's literally the same thing I'm doing. I did not invent this. This is well known, or at least I think it is. So Lux Algo is doing basically the same thing I'm doing, which is measuring the opening range and then, basing your profit targets off of that. I mean, it's very simple. And what the opening range does for me, at least, is it gives me a gauge as to how intense the session is going to be, right? So if you get an opening range on the Nasdaq of 50 points, okay, it's not going to be an intense session because that's a pretty tight range for the NQ. For an asset that can move, 300, 500 points in a day. Usually, sorry, for the NQ, for a decent opening range, you want something that's closer to 100 points. Now, if you get something that's bigger than 100 points, you know, double that, 200 points, then you know, okay, there's a lot of volatility. So that becomes a gauge. And you can see, guys, we got an interesting, again, around this 50% area, we got a nice reaction right here. They tried to buy the dip. You can see here. Let me zoom in. Around 50% of this range, they tried to buy it, and this is profit taking, and now we're pushing lower. So very interesting to me to see how we're moving, and now we're just, all hell is breaking loose. We're just pushing lower. Yeah, SMB Capital had a program that I had that was, you know, I had applied to, where you could get an inside look at the firm, and you could see their morning meetings. You could see there was a weekly recap. Well, it's probably there still. I don't follow it anymore, but it was very, very insightful. Especially, you know, I was a lot greener at the time. There's a lot I didn't know. So it was very insightful to see how these, you know, veteran traders, experts in their field, were trading. And I gravitated towards Steve, one of the owners of the firm, and how he traded. He uses trend lines a lot. The way I analyze charts is very similar to the way he does, just because, you know, I looked at his stuff a lot. And I liked how he saw the overall market. All right, we're pushing lower. So we're finding out that my little indicator, my indicator here, is not working well because it told me to go long where I should have been short. So this is not working so far. So I think I'm going to close this for now, close these orders, and we're going to switch to the other account and take the trades we actually want to take. So let's switch to this. All right, we've switched. And let's see what we can find as a setup. It is 9:40. We're 20 minutes in, and we'll see. What's the difference between Black Arrow 1 and Pro? Okay, so Black Arrow has different tiers. And my headphone is painful this morning. My earbuds are not charged, so I can't use them. Yeah, so Black Arrow 1 is like the basic tier of Black Arrow. So there are some options it does not have. Oh man, let's try a quick scalp here. Let's see. We're seeing volume increase. Is this a fake one or a real one? Let's try a quick scalp. Man, that was shut down fast. Caught it late. All right, so basically we're at the bottom of the range that I had marked out. I saw the volume coming in. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance. Wanted to see if we could get a quick scalp up. Seems like we're not going to get it. We're continuing lower. Let's see what we get. All right, 1-to-1 would be here. How many points? That's 1.5-to-1. Man, we're just selling off. All right, I'm doing quick scalps here. Quick scalp. Rest goes to break even. And we'll see where this goes. Small size. Man, are we going to get another range? This is a huge range. This is like... this is... What is this? Come on. Yeah, it's like 150 points. How much are we down? 264. Wow. Let me see how much we were down yesterday before we got a bounce. 182, 220, 235. Wow. Let me look at this on a 5-minute. We are pushing, we're still pushing lower. I think we're going to find some support eventually, but we'll see. Giovanni saying you're taking profit, but you're thinking gold could cut lower than that. All right. All right. I'm getting out for now, just because the 15-minute is about to close. So we took a quick scalp, recovered the loss. We're about 40 bucks in profit right now. We'll see what happens. This is just, you know, scalping momentum. I thought we could get a little bounce here because we were at the level I had marked out. We're already down, what is it, 100, almost 200 points. So I thought that we could possibly get a quick bounce to retest these levels just here and then continue further. But we're just selling off. So quick in and out, waiting now for a better setup. Maybe this is the bounce, but I'm going to wait. Moroccan trader saying, what asset is that? Well, that is the MNQ. So basically the Nasdaq futures. We mostly trade futures. Oh man, maybe I got out too early. Mostly trade futures here. So we trade the Nasdaq, which is the NQ or the MNQ, the micro Nasdaq. We trade the ES, the S&P 500, or the MES. We also sometimes trade gold, which is, let's look at gold actually, which is GC or MGC. Zooming in, this is a 5-minute chart. Okay, so we're pushing lower on gold. Let's wait to see what consumer confidence says. Indeed, over $92.4. Gold down and down. All right, let's see. Let's look at the dollar right now. Look at the DXY. You said $92.4. Okay, I'm gonna mark that. I like to mark your bets. I don't know where you're probably in. 92.4. $92.4 is a pretty crazy target, dude. Unless I'm not understanding something. 92.4 is all the way down there. That's like 10% lower. Giovanni. I don't know. Maybe oh, the CB data. Okay. I was like, what are we talking about? What kind of crash is that? Are we trying to end the world here? Okay. We're still continuing to push lower. So let me just pull up my little opening range tool. Unfortunately, on trend days like this, the opening range setups don't work as great just because price runs away from you and it is not as easy to catch. So for example, if I go right now into the Nasdaq, looking at my opening range indicator. So let me open it here. Right now we're at the bottom of the range. So the range is this blue line here and this lower line here. So there's not really a setup. What I might look for, and I don't know if we're going to get that kind of bounce, is maybe a push, quick recovery, push higher, retest of this, and then a push lower. But I'm not sure if we're gonna get this. So we'll see. That's what I wanted to try. Oh, man, it's running away from me. All right, let's see if we could we get an entry around the 700s? We're seeing that volume here, so we might get a bounce. Let's see if it'll get my order. Let me look at this on a higher time frame, 5 minutes. Yeah, buyers are starting to step in. That's kind of a setup I was looking for earlier. Looking at something here. Yeah, that's kind of the setup I was talking about, but we were too late. As we were talking about it, it happened. So I'm not gonna chase this. I mean, on the 5 minute, it could happen, but because of the range is so big right now, can we get it on the ES maybe? I could try it on the ES. Yeah, ES might make more sense, but I prefer the volatility on the Nasdaq because the ES is going to ask me to hold the trade for much longer. And I don't know if it's just a bounce and then a continuation. Man, look at this volume increasing. Look at this volume increasing. Yeah, this might be the entry where we reshort. Let's give it a little bit more time. Can we hold? So I want to know, is this a real bounce or is this a continuation lower or is this a consolidation? So let's give it a little bit more time. I'd rather use a 2 minute. Oh, that was my entry. Let's see. Is this a bounce or is this where we reshort? We'll see. All right, looks like a bounce. Let's see if we can get a quick, maybe 70 points. Let's see what we get. They're trying to hold it down though. They're trying to push it lower. We're seeing every bounce here is being sold again. So I don't know if this bounce is to be trusted. We'll see. Because they reshorted it right there at that little cluster. Man, we are selling off. We are selling off. I'm gonna wait to see, but I might want to change my bias here. Let's wait a little bit. Maybe that was the re-entry point where we continue lower. But man, we pushed 320 points. I was hoping for a bounce before we could reshort. Let's see what we get. Do buyers step in? Hey, we got Daniel in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Just woke up. And Q's your new rock star, inspired by me. Yeah, when you find a good entry, it's massive. Man, this is not giving me the bounce I was looking for. I'm fighting the trend, kids. Don't fight the trend, as they say. So was looking for a little bit of a bounce, wanted to get a bounce into here and then short, but I don't know if we're gonna get it. Yeah, this looks like it wants to continue to go down. Bounce got shorted immediately. All right, we'll invert. Risk these highs. Not the best setup, but. And then maybe that's where they buy it. So I might be wrong as well. I'm being a little bit impulsive today, since Alejandra's not here. K Rizzy saying just hit my target on 150K eval. Congratulations. Good job, good job, good job. That is great. I like to hear it. Is that where they buy it again, or do they let it drop? Let's see. That might be, oh man, that might be where we should have been buying. They're trying to hold it, trying to hold it. Let's just risk 100 points. It'll stop us out. Daniel said first trade made 6%. Nice. Yeah, it's massive these days. We're seeing a huge sell-off. So awesome, man. Awesome trade, Daniel. I was not really paying attention to and not really expecting such a sell-off again. I thought we would get a bounce before selling off. So I was looking for a move up before a move down. But that's not what we got. All right, they're trying to hold it here. We're at the bottom of the opening range, so that's where we see a lot of mean reversion happen. So we'll find out if we get a bounce or not. Because of this wicking action here, I thought, maybe we wouldn't be able to get the bounce that quick. Tried it once. Trying it again. We got about 1 minute before 10 o'clock. So I don't know if I want to be holding this position until 10 o'clock. We'll see. But congratulations, K Rizzy. That means you're getting big numbers. So great. Chimber YGB, welcome. Man, if you look at this on an hourly chart, it's insane the move we got. All right, we're pushing lower. We got about 1 minute to go. So I'm guessing we might get a bounce after this 1 hour. I don't know. So maybe they swept these lows and they bring it back up. Sorry, maybe they sweep these lows here and bring it back up. We'll see. But the hourlies are going to open. And I'm not sure I want to be there. We see volume increasing. Is this people entering the store or exiting the store? We'll see. We shall find out. I don't like holding into hourly closes or opens. But we shall see. All right, maybe that's the bounce we were looking for. But I'm just going to let it stop me out. And then I'll look for a better entry if it does stop me out of this trade. You read ES like a book. Let's see what ES is doing. Oh man, yeah, that is it looks like the bounce we were looking for. What is ES doing? ES is trying to bounce. Let me look at the ES here. All right, maybe I want to take this long and hedge my short. Let's see. They're really trying to hold this. They're forming the base. That's the trade I wanted. I wanted that bounce. But I don't know. I don't trust it just yet. We did see the volume, though. We did see volume come in on the opening of that new candle. But I don't trust it. So it's either going to work and stop me out, All right. So let's hedge this on the ES. So we're short the NQ, long the ES. This way, if this is a confirmed long, we're hedged. And if the short starts working, we'll just get out of the, I mean, if the, yeah. ES formed a higher low, so we'll see. And then if it's just a pullback, then we hold steady, we hold firm there. Let's see what we get. I want to see the points. All right. We got dollar down, gold up. All right, let me take a quick look at gold. I mean, gold is trying to hold up. It's doing the same behavior as the indices. So let's find out if it really wants to hold or not. I feel like I want to go long everywhere here. Do I want to hold? This is a pretty interesting pattern on gold. I don't usually take gold trades, but we held these lows pretty well. Daniel, do we go long gold? Let's try. I'm trying everything today. These are my test accounts. Okay, so we're long gold, we're long the ES, and then we're short the NQ. So we'll see what happens. We'll find out. But in the meantime, I hear my doorbell ringing, and I'm very happy because Jane is back.
I am. I'm here. I'm staying put for a little bit.
Nice. Good to see you.
I like the spotlight. I like that.
You are. You get the spotlight. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. Good to see you.
I know it has. My goodness, it's been a crazy 6 weeks for me moving internationally. Hey Ty, hi you Sam. Yeah, it has been wild and crazy. Moving international is not for the faint of heart, by any stretch of the imagination.
I bet.
Actually, if you want to, I know you're in a trade.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm in like 3 trades. Just this is a kind of a test account, so I'm testing ideas. It's fine.
Cool. I was trading a little DFNS, degenerate stock trading over in the Trade the Pool.
Nice.
With rocking it. But I wanted to share some perspective. If you want to share my screen here. We were just talking about it, which is why I was late. We got into a big discussion. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Yep, give me just 1 second. I changed the setups here, so give me just 1 second.
No worries.
I'm gonna trade. Sorry,
I know you're doing a lot.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot. DJ in the background. But definitely want to get your perspective on everything. Give me just 1 second. I got your screen here. And then we have the summer promo going on. So I need you to give you this nice little background we got now.
I like it. I like the moving charts in the background.
All righty.
I hope you're long. Are you long?
I'm long, yeah. I was trying to catch a bounce on the NQ. Tried 2 times, didn't work. So I was like, all right, let me go short. But then the bounce
I just
started
went short.
happening, and then yeah, I don't fully trust any clear direction. You know what? For my peace of mind, let me get out of my well, I'm gonna leave the gold one on. I got out of the NQ one, got out of the ES one. Just gonna leave the gold one. This way I can focus. Alrighty. You are live.
All right. All right. So I just went short on the micro NQ when it hit the 8 EMA, which is where my entry was, right up here, just above it. So looking, I'm going to use my 15 EMA as my stop, looking for it to come down and accelerate down, double bottom, bear flag, boom. We should actually have a nice little leg down here. So I'll leave it at 600. Put it there.
Alrighty.
And okay, so
Yes.
why did I go short as opposed to going long? Well, they had a nice long bounce, but this is the longer term charts over here. So we have the SPY, QQQ, IWM, and Dow over here. SPY 500 stocks, 100, 2000, and 30 for the Dow, right?
Mhm.
So when we look at this, I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit to right there. Okay, so when we look at this, you can see for the 33 days, I picked it 33 number.
Really?
Because
What an interesting number.
33 and 33, right? So it tends to bounce off of the 33. So we could have a bigger move down. It almost hit the 33 here. When was that? That was the tariff tantrums, right? So any time that it really goes below or just about to hit the 4 EMA on the 33, it tends to ride that. If we drop below, it'll potentially come down to the 8 over here. You know what I should do for fun? Let's put ES. I need to get futures on here, right here. All right, so we are not at the same level on ES just yet. Right? We could still bring it down to 73.15. Let's look at NQ to see. Wrong one. Hold on. I didn't select it properly. There we go. All right. So NQ, we're just hitting the 4 EMA. How many times? See, it comes down to that 33 exponential, 33-day chart. That can be the longer term trend right here. Most of the time it follows that 4 EMA, the pink line right here. However, it does tend to come down to the 8, the purple. When it's more aggressive, it comes down to the pink dotted. So we could see that this could continue back down further down to 2076.6. Putting it back on the Qs, this is the most bearish out of all 3 charts. We have
Indeed.
not a full bearish engulfing, but it's, a nice reversal pattern with the hammers up there at the top for both the SPY and the Qs, both pretty tech heavy.
Mm-hmm.
The IWM has not come, just potentially, let's see, the open 291.16. So we haven't gone bearish below that open for the IWM for the past 33 days. However, all of these are looking like they've had great extensions, could easily have a pullback on the names. If I bring it to a 24-hour chart, right, we see that obviously the Qs, let's make the time frame, let's go to year to date, keep it all the same. So the Qs are definitely the weakest right now, which is why I went to the Qs for a short. And I'm just going to close it out there. Done. The Russell could have a nice 11 point move once it moves down over here. We could see that we could have a bigger drop. Right now it's on a 50 simple moving average. And the Dow, the smallest and easiest to manipulate, is just rebounding here. We had Boeing's earnings today, big name to lift it to the upside.
That's what I was going to say. The Dow had a massive recovery yesterday. I I was shorting the Asian session and woke up to being stopped out and was amazed at how well we recovered from yesterday and, took out yesterday's highs. So, you know, it must be explained in part by these Boeing results.
I'm going to sell again over here. Keeping it tighter. Add. Right there. This one. Take profit down here. All right. Confirm. Thank you.
Get it.
Lesson learned, right? Okay. So I'm not even going to look at that anymore. Let's look at, we've got UVXY. We're going to change these up again so we can look at them all together. VXX, UVIX, our fear indexes. I need to do this in the mornings when I do my stream. I'm liking the 4 charts here. Okay, so we'll have all the levels come in. No, they're not going to come in. 2372 is where the bigger money is, down below, down here. We're above it, meaning, hey, fear is in play.
Indeed.
Where do we see that it tends to stop? At that 33 exponential, right? It tends to come close or right there at the 33. VXX, same thing, tends to come close right there, 2282. Of course, we have FOMC tomorrow. We have Warsh. We have Citadel saying this could be when we see rates increase. I agree. I think they have been setting the stage for the surprise of Warsh raising rates. So I think we're going to see that's part of where all of this is coming into play, is because people are hedging. People are starting to hedge and play safely with the announcements coming out. UVIX as well, the bigger money levels at 57.88 down here. And we can see with the TTM squeeze that these are potentially prepping for a bigger move. SPX, let's put them up here. SPXS again, SQQQ. Oh, my brain is thinking in French. I've left Quebec. My brain is thinking in French. I was about to say attends.
I've never heard you speaking French. We could, they've been teasing me. They're like, oh, we should analyze charts in French. I'm like, well, I could, but I have no idea.
C'est plus difficile pour moi.
Yeah, I have no idea what the terms are.
Yeah, es más fácil en español.
There we go. Hey,
no problema en español.
Hey, multilingual Jane here.
Yeah.
Fireworks time.
All right, so we're seeing the inverse, right, of these inverse ETFs for those same indexes. So SPY inverse, QQQ inverse, SRT, IWM inverse, and Dow inverse. Oops, excuse me. So we're seeing that where this usually stops at the 33, we're not there yet. Sorry, it's exceeded it on SPXS. SQQQ, we are off to the races. It looks like it wants to. We have tested this threshold. Maybe next level is down here. Or sorry, is up here. This is the London one. Put it back to Nasdaq. There we go. Same thing though. We're going to see probably, here's our next resistance for that bigger money. 57 at that 161 EMA. SRTY, we can see has tested. We're testing the 50 simple right here. Maybe a jump to 27. SDOW is that only one that's giving me the green light. With
SQQQ looking like it's cupping, so it definitely could push higher, which would pull everything lower. You said which one is giving you the
Dow?
Oh, the Dow,
continuation, right?
Yeah.
That's easiest to manipulate. If we do GLD up here, oh, I can't hit tab. Hold on. My brain is thinking one way. SLV over here. And we'll put the inverse down below. GLL. Did I do it here? GLL. And ZSL. So we'll look at them. All right. So for GLL and ZSL, I can see, hey, 2648. So we're giving a little bit of a short signal on gold. Were you short gold?
No, I didn't catch the gold short. We talked about it yesterday, but it was a nice short.
Yeah. And also for silver, 31.46. So getting a little bit of an indication of a short here as well. It's been very gappy lately. It came down, it hit that 33 and reversed.
Yeah.
GLL as well hit the 33 and 161 and reversed. So we are seeing it here too, hit the 33, continued down, almost hit the 33. This is the purple line here that we keep bouncing off of. What is this? Hold on. Let's see, what is that? I want to say it's my 425.
Yeah. So on gold, at least on the futures contract, we are in an interesting area. We're right around that $4,000 level, and I think there's kind of a battle where people are starting to, nibble in maybe, which has been holding the asset up a little bit. But I think we're probably going to push further down, at least looking strictly at the technicals. There was a question earlier that actually you could probably touch on better than I can. Let me just zoom back out.
Mind lens, I'm sorry. Hopefully you can just see the patterns. Say they're small. I'm sorry about that, mind lens.
But
I
it
can
was
also post them out. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It was a question by Giovanni. Let me see if I could find it. Give me 1 second, because it was a very interesting question. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so he was saying since the Asian session, he's been short gold and long dollar, expecting CB confidence at 4 p.m. a bit above forecast. Dollar push higher was, what was my take? Basically, I was saying that, what did I say? I said so many things. Oh, yeah. I said that for gold, he should watch out, if things were more hawkish than expected. We could test support further. And that's exactly also what I'm saying, that I think, at least on gold, things could continue lower. Now, he's short gold, so that's good for him. And then I was asking him for the dollar move. Was he holding or holding through FOMC? What's your thought?
Since with the dollar right now, I'm going to make it a little easier on everybody's eyes. I will put it back to 2 charts right here. And we'll put GC up. We'll put the gold futures up. So right now, I am pretty much in agreement. I see that they are buying the dollar right now. We're setting a lower high over here for the dollar ETF, DXY, $100.81 is going to be right about here. And that is where the bigger money is located. So it's showing me a bullish indication at the moment. Also on UUP and UDN, which would be dropping the valuation, of the metals. However, we see that USO is continuing to move higher. Their bigger money level is at 120.09. So we'll see if it stops and has a purchase where they come back in and they repurchase here at 122.35. So what would that correspond to on the futures? Futures are up, interestingly enough, isn't that? No, that's Colgate. Colgate Palmolive. That's
slightly different.
Consumer cyclicals that are up in potential bearish moves, right? So we are seeing that oil futures are bouncing off of the 33 and the 161 right here, which is where the 161 can sort of be a support and resistance EMA. So it's pulled back, bouncing at the moment. So looking for continuation for oil with the on again, off again war, right?
Yeah.
So with
that musical chairs. I call it musical chairs.
It's the Chicken Little war, and we were talking about it as well with ISO 2022 right here. So the ISO 2022 was initially supposed to happen in 2022. It didn't happen. 2023. Didn't happen. 2024 didn't
Didn't
happen.
happen.
25 didn't happen. Are we going to, just got my stop out there. Are we going to see that it's going to happen in 2026? I don't think it's going to happen.
We'll find out. We'll see.
I don't think it's going to happen. So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on the market right now.
Okay.
That we could see a continued move to the downside overall, but right now I'm not feeling bullish. We have the interest rates tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
definitely waiting on that tomorrow to see what Mr. Our new Fed chair is going to decide. But yeah, overall, I'm not very, very bullish either. Let me just switch to my chart. Where's my chart? Where did it go?
Which chart?
No, overall, looking at the zooming out a little bit and just looking at strictly technicals. Let me push back. I had way back when we were around May 26th on the Qs, I had a target of 31-ish, which was about 3% from where we were. And I said, okay, if we couldn't push higher past these highs when we were at that $30,000 level, we could potentially pull back 10%, which at the time was all the way back to 26,800s. And, it took a while because we're talking between this time and now about 75 days. So 2.5 months, more or less. We're pushing lower, but based on how fast we moved up from April all the way to June, fastest on the futures side was, hey, 33%, 33.03% up move, more or less. That's what I fell on. A number you would like.
33.
There you go. So more or less 30% up in 2 months, right? 75 days, more or less. This is an insane move. Usually you'll get 20% a year and be ecstatic. So I think just strictly based on technicals, even if we didn't consider anything else, we were due for somewhat of a sell-off, somewhat of a pullback to get things healthy again. So I think that's what we're seeing here, combined, of course, with those extra layers of everything else that is going on, whether it be the stock market, whether it be all the changes happening at the Fed, the new policies coming in, what the US government is doing, and that forever musical chairs wars going on. So yeah, I think we were definitely due for a pullback. I hear people already talking about buying the dip, but I think people should be a little bit more patient, wait, reassess, and not be too much in a hurry. We are getting a discount, but not sure how much of a discount.
Is it ready to? Is it time to go in fully? Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, and that's the area that could be. It's too much indecision. They've got to pass these bills in, but where's Mitch McConnell? Have we really seen him? Isn't he supposed to oversee all of these bills?
I saw a picture of him today on Instagram smiling. I don't know if it's AI or not, but supposedly he's coming back in action. Supposedly, allegedly, tinfoil hat on. So I don't know. I saw a picture. All I can say is I saw a picture of him on Instagram this morning. That's all. Right. That's all I could say.
And when are these people really? I don't know. Considering all of the AI movies, like the Fast and the Furious, where they were able to, what was his name? Paul Walker.
Oh yeah.
They were able to.
Yeah,
go ahead
him.
and do a movie based off of his non-existence. So they CGI'd the face of somebody else. So how
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very easy to do these days. It's very easy to do. You know, the AI technology is getting much. It used to cost a lot of money. It used to be Hollywood that would be able to reproduce these things. But
Right.
these days, even I, you know, with just my phone, could make a pretty good, at least a picture, maybe not a video, but a pretty good, credible picture of anyone. So yeah, I
Right.
don't know. I don't know. Tinfoil hat on. There's probably a lot going on in the background.
I'm agreeing with you, Mind Lens, on the long. Right now, I'm watching where we are on the Qs, and it's also the timing, 10:30. So 9:45, 10:30, we could see 10:15, which is where we saw that reversal on up to 11. So I'd be looking for maybe up to, let's see, my 33 exponential at 27,830 area. So 27,825 is where look potentially for an exit there for the next,
Let's
next
see.
half an hour if it continues to move to the upside potentially. We shall see.
Yep, we shall see. We shall see. Definitely an area where you could start entering long. Let me look at the ES. Yeah, I trust the ES maybe a little bit more since it's been holding better. I'll give it a little bit more time before I actually take an entry. We'll see. But yeah, it's looking like we might reverse, get somewhat of a bounce. Let me look at the
Put it
The
right
Dow. The
here.
Dow is not aware of what the rest of the market is doing. It's just moving to the sound of its own drum.
Well, it's moving to Boeing's earnings.
Yeah, there you go.
Like that's it.
I
It's
mean,
just
look at
moving to
this.
Boeing's earnings.
Look at this. We had massive sell-off yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We curled back, and I think I shorted somewhere around here, risking those Asia highs, thinking, okay, we'll at least go and retest this lower area here. But woke up this morning to being not only stopped out, but us having completely recovered the move. So yeah, interesting. Boeing had, I wasn't aware of their earnings. They had great earnings.
I'm not. I don't really care what the earnings are. I care what the price action is.
What
Right.
the reaction?
So I just know that the catalyst happened and that the price action was moving. So let's see. I've got the right now. If I were to look at the bigger money level on the Qs, which is going to roughly correspond. Let me draw a line.
Yeah, let me
Drawing
back to
tool
your screen.
for NQ. Let's see. Roughly 27,680 is going to be the stop that I want to use. If we go below that, then I think we're going to be dropping down quickly and fiercely. So I'll just move that right there. But we could see that if we break above here, which I've got an alert for the test, should be coming up to try it right here, the top of this candle, right here. Once we break that, we're going to have pretty strong move to the upside, maybe all the way up here, which is roughly, let's see, over here, what candlestick is this? 935. Let's come to 935. So roughly right about, is that 935? Yeah, so we could see that this could come all the way up about here. So we'll see.
Let's see. Let's see. I don't know how much we can trust the bounces, but we'll see.
Yeah, already out. I'll wait and see. If it goes, it's got to get outside this zone for me to have confidence now.
Yeah, exactly. I think for me, it's got to move over 2760 more or less. So we'll see.
Let's see if I do drawing right here, rectangle. Yeah. So it's got to be, I'll make it match up so you guys can see it over here too. Right there. And rectangle. So yeah, once it goes outside, can I do a fill? Yes. Fill. Yes.
Yeah, I think if you go to the settings and
solid color.
There you go.
Background. Solid color. Let's make it gray. Apply. Make it thicker. Orange. Apply. There we go. I like that better. So yeah, it's got to get outside the box.
Yeah. Let's see if we get the bounce.
What's going on with the SPY?
How's the weather down there?
Hot, humid.
It's
Great. It's not freezing. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it a lot.
Because...
And what was that? Oh, that we just went above for a second on the Qs. That was my alert. Did you hear that as well?
Didn't hear it, but yeah, we're trying to hold.
They had a little. Let's see if we can put it down to 3 minute, maybe. Add 3 minutes. Multiples of 3. Okay, there we go.
Jane and her threes.
In here. It's getting squished. It's like, oh, make a decision. Squeeze into that decision. Are we going to go up or are we going down? We should know in the next candle.
Yeah, next couple of candles, we'll find out.
I'm gonna sell, and I'm going to put my stop up here, and take profit down here. Confirm.
Let's see. You said you're not trusting it?
Not. If I put this, let's make this a 45 over here. It moved back up to the 4 EMA and almost, we'll see. Smaller risk.
Let's see. I think it wants to bounce. I don't know. But every time it's popped up, it's been shut down this morning. So every time, every pop gets sold. So We'll see what we get.
Now, if I do this and I do one buy stop, where's my buy stop? Ooh, put this up here. There we go. So now, if it takes me out, it'll buy, and I'm going to move to the upside.
Nice.
So I'm set up either way, bracketed.
Nice,
but
nice,
I'm
nice.
bearish. I'm set up
Overall.
for a bear move. Usually the bear moves are longer.
They're faster.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Give me just 1 second. I gotta check on.
For sure. No worries. You guys have any questions? Euro USD NQ has tapped daily volume imbalance. Yeah, looking like it really wants to. Let's see. There we go. Do it like that. You guys can see it a little more clearly. So we shall see if I take a little loss there. It's no clear decision. In my opinion, it's still deciding. I've got this on the 3-minute chart, 15 EMA here. And we've got to go outside, test it up there, but it's not official. We still have the bigger money down below us. That's my one thing, but we saw sell-offs up here. Let's put this on a 3-minute chart, apples to apples. All right, and we're out, but it's weaker. Oh, there we go, and I'm in. All right, so I'm in, and it's running for me. Already moving to the upside. I wonder what this little shadow thing is here. No idea what that is. But looking like now, maybe it wants to continue up. 672. Where's my take profit? There's my take profit. All right, let's bring this down. What did I say over here? I said over here, 3-minute chart. This is our 33. Sorry, yeah, 933. Isn't that funny? 933, top of this candle. Slide it over here, bring this down. See if it can test right there again. Move all the way up. Hey, Abradolfo is Abrado. Is it Abrado?
I think it's Abrado.
All right. So it looks like it flipped up. We hit over here. What is this one? 20? Yellow? 26, I want to say. Yeah, it's my 26 EMA. I'm not sure how I got 26. Simple. But also seeing the TTM Abra. Okay, awesome, Abra. There we go. It's Abra. So now we have this sort of inverted head and shoulders too, right? If you look at it, let's expand this one. We've got a smiley face. We'll do it right here. We've got a smiley face on the inverted head and shoulders right here. So let's get a drawing tool right here. Shoulder, head. Oh yeah, look at that. More strength there, bigger buying, never went down below. So have some confidence. Measured move, let's see, to here, 3.58 or 0.54%, right? To, we'll call it, yeah, right here. So let's bring it on over to NQ and let's get a target. Looks a little, this is delayed, that's why. So we're gonna go from here to here, 155. So let's go from here up to 155. And what is my target? Oh, it's even, yeah, it's almost, it's just above where I have my exit. 27,915, 914 is 40. Let's see. See it curling back down there. What are you doing?
That's the thing. Actually got triggered
920.
Triggered long as well for recovery, but every bounce has been sold. I mean, every attempt at recovery since this morning has been sold, which is why I'm like, I don't know if how much we could trust these moves because we tried to bounce multiple times this morning. And every time we do, it gets sold. So we'll see. I'm long. I just got long.
I like the buying wicks right here as an inverted head and shoulders. See the smiley face?
Yeah.
So we've got the inverted head and shoulders, the buying wicks. Yeah, it got squashed here just a little bit, but it looks bullish to me because we've got this nice. Let's also do it from here.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it wants to at least recover a little bit. Call it recover the VWAP more or less around those, call it 27,850s, give or take.
Yeah.
We'll see if that does happen. The thing is, though, there's kind of a wall of sellers around the 27,800. So if we could get above this 27,800, it would be great. Since, you know, we've sold off quite a bit, 409 points, so down 1.46% from the high before the open. That's pretty significant on the ES. So I would think, I mean, on the NQ. So I would think, you know, we would get about at least a 200-point bounce, which is more or less halfway from where we dropped, which would bring us up to around 27,812, 27,840, more or less, give or take. So we'll see if this bounce works. So far, it's working out for you. So great.
Put it back up here.
Working out for me as well. I'm long around 27,716. And I have some pretty ambitious targets, so we'll see.
What are your targets? I've got 27,920 is my target based off of the calculated inverted head and shoulders.
Nice. I'm just using my usual opening range. I closed my gold trade, by the way, guys. I closed my gold long. So let's talk on gold, and then I'm going to switch back to the NQ.
Go for it.
And this is why I don't like trading gold, because it pre-market, that's what I was talking about. That's what I didn't want to see. I got long gold right here. Let's put the execution. There we go. I got long gold here, exactly here. And then I added to my long right here. And then once we got to VWAP and immediately got rejected, I was like, okay, no, get me out. Because we got to these levels where it got rejected before, 4,035. And if we couldn't blast through here, I didn't trust it. I was also looking at the indices and kind of guiding my trade there. So I'm out of gold. And it looks like, at least for today, we might get, let me move this back. Yeah, we might get just a sideways day, and that's why I don't really trade gold, especially not during the New York session. I mean, some people trade it, they're just trying to get 10 points, but that's not how I trade. So I think it's just going to be a sideways day, and then maybe later on in the day you'll get the action. So I'm not going to trade gold right now. On the Qs, my targets are 848, 959, and 286068. So 848 is just pre-market support, so that's target number one. 959 is just, you guys like, I like to use these pockets like Linda Roschke, and it's just where we drop from the open. But if I look at the opening range, let me show you guys the indicator right there. It's just the levels I have on my little indicator that I built. So we pushed lower, we formed a low exactly a half, call it a half standard deviation below the opening range, right? So this is 50% of the range. This is the range here. So call this 100, call this 0, call this 50. I entered somewhere around here, I think 27.7 something. And I'm just targeting this, then this, and then since I like to get greedy sometimes, then we'll get this. So once I get this first TP, I'll go to break even and then let the rest run if it works out. So we'll see. We'll see if this
plays out. Looks like we're getting a bit of resistance right here at 27,792. Once that breaks, that'll be a nice move.
Yeah, hopefully it breaks. We'll see.
I moved my stop up to 27,752 in case it rejects here on the 33 on my 3-minute. Let me move it to 5-minute as we are in it. Yeah, 33 is at 27,812. So maybe it's going to find some resistance right there.
Yeah, we're getting near VWAP, so it's expected for us to get some resistance. That's also, I mean, that level is where they've been shorting all morning, right here. That's where they shorted basically here. They shorted here at 27,798. They shorted here. They're shorting here again. So what I'm betting on is that these shorts get squeezed. But if the longs can't hold the line above 27, those 27,680s, then I'll be wrong, and that will be my last trade for, not for the day, but for this account. All right, Mylen saying perfect long. If someone took long with you, well, I'm long. Lavin is long. That's good. Yeah, Abra, I gave you my take on gold, so now you know. We have a lot of gold traders. People just love gold. I don't know. I don't know if it's a CFD
There's a lot
thing.
of gold to be traded. Well, the Chinese have been buying gold hand over fist. You talk about the IRS, the Internal Revenue Stream, being changed.
No, I love this one. I love this one. more confetti for that. Internal revenue stream. Man, that was a great one. Always
That's what came out this morning on Trade the Pull. I was like, oh, I like that. It's the internal revenue stream. Yeah.
Oh
You know,
man,
it's
that's
cha-ching in their
awesome.
pockets,
That
right?
is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. I like that.
So, so looking to see, hey, are we going to end up with a spectacular demise to that? Trump was saying he was supposed to end it today. So what are we going towards? Are we going towards gold? Are we going towards crypto? I don't think crypto is going to happen. They wanted to have that
Yeah.
end today and pass that bill, but I really don't foresee that that's going to happen. So
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen today. And, you know, Trump says a lot of things now. So, you know, we don't know how much we can trust that.
oh yeah,
We'll see. We'll
oh
see.
yeah,
We are definitely pushing higher, which is great.
yep, yep. I got back into.
Nice, 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 nice. K-Riz saying he trades
Testing
gold,
that.
CFD. Yeah, the thing is, so I was saying a lot of CFD traders trade gold, but I think it's because it's easier to manage the risk with CFDs. You know, you could have, like, we can't buy half an ES contract or we can't buy half a Nasdaq contract, but on CFDs, you're technically able to do these things. You
Right.
know, you could buy very small quantities. So I think it's easier to manage, hedge, stuff like that. Number one. Number two, maybe gold is easier to trade than Forex pairs. So that's probably
Mhm.
why we get a lot of gold traders. But yeah, I was curious because people are always asking about gold.
Let's see. I'm going to set up. What is sell again? Shift? No, that's buy.
Shift is buy, alt is sell.
Yeah. We're going to put it there. And then,
Almost at first TP. We'll see if I get it on stream or not.
yeah, I'm staggering mine as well. I like that. I'm going to put up at 920.
As usual. All right, first CP is in. And we'll see how far this one wants to go. I'm not sure if I'll get the third one. I'm pretty confident I might get the second one. Maybe not on stream because eventually we need to get a pullback. Yeah. So we're reaching this area here where we might see some resistance. So we'll see how much of a pullback we get here. But I like the fact that this recovery was pretty sharp. This looks like what price does when shorts are hitting out. You know, we're moving fast. We're moving up in a straight line. So pretty good recovery. So we'll see what we get.
Yeah, here we go.
Indeed.
Hit my 80s.
Nice, nice, nice. Let me put your screen back.
We're starting, we got the pivots over here too that might offer a bit of resistance. I'm going to move my one stop up to my 33 over here. Let's make this apples to apples, 5-minute chart. Hitting the 55 right there and a pivot, so it's pretty strong. Brought it down to that 33 as my stop. So if we can get up here, the top of the 35, yeah, top of the 35 candle there at 27,920. Otherwise, pretty much locked in either way. Nice,
I like it.
Nice green day. Like the green grass down here in Florida.
We like it. We like it. We like it.
Yeah, next week,
Might come down for Thanksgiving.
cruising on the Caribbean, and I was checking the weather. Right now,
Nice.
It's a little stormy when we're supposed to leave. I'm not so excited about that. And
it gets stormy in September usually in the Caribbean, but
yeah, well, there's been crazy wildfires everywhere, tornadoes, flooding. It's like the world is in chaos. All right, let's see if we can get that 27,920. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Of course, I'm in the simulator, right?
let's get it. Hey, it counts. It's practice. We remember you saying you needed to,
Oh
practice
yeah.
before getting into the thing. Especially you've been just
Oh
running
yeah.
around every day, doing everywhere, doing, God knows
We
what.
had fires to put out at every
There you
single
go.
day.
There you go. There you go.
Apparently, I wasn't a resident in the buyer's opinion of Canada. That I didn't live there. I was like, "Are you
Wow.
kidding me right now? Are you kidding me?" Like,
Wow.
I fought to be a resident here 2.5 years to get my residency, and then citizenship. And like, are you kidding me
Yeah,
right now?
it's like, are you serious?
Exactly. Are you
Man,
kidding me? Are you
yeah.
joking around? I'm gonna put at the top of this candle over here, right here, based off of that. See if I want to protect it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
where I
seeing that
expect
it's,
somewhat of a pullback.
yeah. It might bounce off of the 33, but I'll be a little more greedy. I'm not,
Yep. No, totally get it.
move this
Um,
one up here.
since I want to hold mine longer term, not moving the stop. But if we get below your box right there, I think if we can't hold above this box, we will be bearish for me. I mean, those 27,731 levels that you have would be definitely my line in the sand. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see what
Well,
we
let's
get.
see.
We'll see what we get.
676 right here. What's the low of this candle? 835. I'm going to put my upper target at the low of 835 candle over here. So let's move this over.
Yeah, Giovanni, I like that. Gold is a crazy horse of the market. Yeah, at least for
835.
me.
Okay. So 27,965 is my upper target right there, which is corresponding to this area pre-market right here. So we've got the 27 where we already hit, a little bit higher, which we've already hit, and then looking to see if we can make it all the way up here.
All right. No problem, K Rizzy. Good seeing you. I like it. I like to hear that we've been helpful. Please remember to like the stream if you haven't done so. And yeah.
Battles are coming up too, right?
But yeah,
August
they're coming.
12th.
They're coming. I didn't want to,
Sorry.
let everybody know, but they're coming. They're coming. We don't have an
I let the
exact
cat out of
date
the bag.
yet. And now you're fine. They've been doing battles over at the CFD side. So,
Got it.
so yeah. There's a question here from Daniel that I'm going to touch on. He's asking, what's the difference between QQQ and regular NQ? So I could touch on it if you want. QQQ is the exchange traded fund. So it's the ETF. The NQ is the futures contract. Mm-hmm. So they both track the same thing. So you're going to see the price action be very similar. Now the QQQ, you trade it like a regular stock. It's like a stock, and the NQ is obviously a futures contract. I would say you get a lot more leverage trading the NQ. I'm biased because I trade futures, but there's inherent leverage trading any futures contract. You're trading a what's called nominal value that's much higher than what it costs you to trade the contract. The great thing also about futures, and I'm overselling it, but you could trade it almost 24, well, not 24/7, but 24/5, 23/5. You have to stop for an hour each day. I think there's an advantage. The Q might be a lower cost to entry just if you're using a brokerage, but thankfully you have Trade the Pool and the 5ers Futures, so you don't need to risk a bunch of your money. So yeah, I think maybe the Qs are more suited for longer term trades, and the NQ is more for degenerates like me and who like to trade intraday. So yeah, I think
I would also add that the Qs go through the New York Stock Exchange, the Chicago Board of Exchange. They're different exchanges than necessarily just the futures. With the Qs on those different exchanges, there is the dark pool money that can be traded. They are both traded around the world. However, you are able to see the dark pool activity more easily on the QQQ, which is why I keep it up so that I can see, hey, I see that this is where that bigger money level is located. I will transfer it over. So it's, how you trade is how you trade.
Yep.
I like to add it over. Obviously, the futures are going to give us the future view, potentially, of the Qs. The Qs are due to be going 24/7.
Yeah.
24/5. And so they will be, I think the plan is to tokenize the stocks and to go ahead and offer that. Until that point, though, you can trade on Thinkorswim. You can trade, I want to say, like 30 stocks, 24 hours a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the SPY is one of them. I think the Qs is one of them. Tesla,
We're getting,
seven.
we're getting, well, not yet on the 5ers and the prop firms, but we're getting single stock futures, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you there, but that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and you can track those as well. TradingView has single stock futures as well that you can track. So it should be interesting. We're right at that 45-minute mark. So I'm gonna go against you. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's just set it up.
It's exactly where I expected the pullback, but I'm expecting, hoping, I don't know what the right word is, for that to just be a pullback, some profit taking. That's where my TP was. So it's a logical area where people might take profit. What I'm hoping is that we hold and at least go test the upper end of the highs. Let me just show my chart really quickly again, and then go back to yours.
No worries.
But yeah, this is exactly what I was expecting. We push up, we pull back from here. I hope it stays a controlled pullback, and then we find buyers around this area again, just where we were shorting for before. So basically, resistance becomes support, and then we continue to push higher after that. We'll see. And then once we reach here, depending on how we behave, I'll decide if I want to continue to hold or not. And then if we don't reach if we don't continue higher, then I'll get stopped out. I don't want to move my stop on this trade because it's a longer term hold. And I usually wait for the first pullback before I move my stop to break even if it's a longer term hold. When I say longer term, just intraday. Even though this is a swing account, I could hold it overnight, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not with this big sell-off. By the way, I want to remind everybody we have the summer plan going on. So you guys remember, we have the industry's first 100K and 150K accounts, special pricing for this summer. So the 100K right now is at $189. The 150 is at $219. So you basically get 6 figures in buying power for less than $200 or around $200. I think that's pretty good. And you can hold overnight. I think we are the only ones in the industry who do that. So yeah, somebody say, why is the guy buried in the sand? I had the same question. I should ask our design team. I'm not sure why he's buried in the sand. Maybe he's been trading for so long. He just got buried there. It's a good thing his head is not buried in the sand. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. But design, I don't make the design choices.
Right.
Anyways, but yeah, still holding here. We'll see. Hopefully we can hold this trend here. But we are,
it's 11 o'clock.
That's what I was about to say.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, I have the high and the low sort of flags on my candlesticks. Do you know how to change the color?
Let me switch to your screen so I could understand exactly what you're saying. You have the high and the low.
Yeah. Right here. So see here, see if I go like this and I do settings and I choose white or light red, just any color so you can see it. You see them now? Right here and right here.
Oh,
So that's the low and that's the high.
Yeah. I think you need to go again, right click, settings, and then go into, well, this is the chart color, so it's not going to change the color there.
Right.
Yeah, but what you,
Watermark.
no, go lower, all the way down, left. Sorry, middle, all the way down, middle of that box where it says more settings.
Oh, more settings. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Just
think
said
here
dashboard.
you'll have additional options for
Layouts, handles, profit, zoom, fill, style, enable, remember layouts, distinguish, appearance. Maybe.
maybe. So it's gonna be somewhere here. But guess what? It's 11 o'clock. So
All right.
we're gonna wrap it up. Great,
I will
great,
see you
great
next
to see
week.
you. Yeah, you told me you won't be here next week, but you'll be there the
crazy.
week after. Enjoy, have fun.
Thank
And
you.
we'll be right here when you come back.
All right. Enjoy,
All right.
everyone. Have a great one.
Take care, guys.